Everyone, welcome to my video on the top 5 items in Battlerite Royale. I just want to give some insight from a challenger player on what items are good and what items are bad, but here are my top 5. Before I get into my top 5 list, I just want to say that all items are context-based. There are certain situations where other items will be better, but this is kind of my generic top 5 list. Kicking it off at number 5 is the Rocket Booster. The Rocket Booster has great mobility and potential to actually stun someone, but unfortunately the Rocket Booster is very 50-50 in the sense that you either hit someone or you don't, or you're just trying to escape. But escaping in the later states of the game is not as good just because the circle gets really small. That being said, the Rocket Booster is never a bad item to pick up. There's just better items to grab if the situation calls for it. At number 4, I'm going to put the Explosive Barrel. I feel like a lot of people underestimate the potential of this item. It can do a lot of damage, zone people, basically add to your burst combo, force someone to move. There's just a lot of utility that the Explosive Barrel can do. It's also AoE, so if there is a very small final circle that has no buildings around it, you could just potentially just absolutely destroy everyone. There's a lot of upside with a lot of little negatives to it. The only negative that I can really think of is that it just kind of takes a little setup, but there is no other bad things really about the Explosive Barrel. At number 3, I'm going to put the Rock. I know what you're thinking, why would I put the Rock at number 3? There is no bad times to hold the Rock ever. The Rock is the one of the few items in the game that have literally zero negatives to it. There's so much utility that a Rock can do. It knocks people back really far, and inflicts a snare. It does some damage. You could push someone into the storm. You could push someone away from you. You could force someone up against a wall to use one of your other abilities to combo with it. There's just so much potential for the Rock that I have to put it up at number 3. At number 2, I'm putting the Warp Stone. There is also no negatives to the Warp Stone whatsoever. It just adds mobility and makes sure you can catch up to someone, get away from someone, go over a wall that you couldn't. If you have no gap closer on your character, which I think all of them do, but you want more, Warp Stone's good. There's no better item other than one more that obviously is a number 1 that the Warp Stone does not beat. The only time the Warp Stone may not be good is that you're so far ahead that you don't really need the Warp Stone. You'd rather have something else. And the final circle, the Warp Stone can be very iffy, but even in the final circle, the Warp Stone has so much potential. At number 1, you probably guessed it, it's the Healing Potion. You live and breathe off HP in this game, and if you do not have Healing Potions on you at all times, you're probably making a mistake, or you're just trying to get some Healing Potions in your inventory. There is one negative to the Healing Potion, which is you have to stand in place while using it, and it does take some amount of time in order to actually get the health, but I mean, what negative is there for the best upside in the game, right? I hope you guys enjoyed my video. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe if you want more Battlerite content. I'm Raren. Thanks for watching, guys.